found a place to go to and make some changes there. And by the time we got through with the other, adjustments and everything, we're within about $11,000.
Do we have a comparison printout, or is it on this from last year's budget? That's what she was throwing up there, correct?
Yeah.
We can go back on that.
I sent
It's
it.
not on here. It's,
I just sent it to y'all. Not
it's
here.
on 22 or something.
Mhm.
Okay.
It was at the 2022 budget worksheet.
Yes, sir.
So
Are we collecting very well on sales tax, and still have some of that issue on that?
Let's go
all I
back and
see
do it
is
on
the
the-
21, 22, and then over there where it has 22, 23 requests is.
You don't see this right here
Uh,
on the screen? It should be the same thing.
No, that's not on this.
This is what came with it. So,
There it is.
so just go on the tabs.
Mhm. You gotta.
Which tab is-
have the-
General revenue is what she's got on the screen.
Cause y'all doing general fund right now. So it'd be general revenue and general expenditures.
I'll scroll down.
But no, all this across here,
To
is
the
general.
bottom.
Mhm.
All these tabs are general. Over to the gas tax, I guess.
It's still showing
72.
substantial amount of difference.
So this right here, that's in there. That transfer. Y'all did not actually budget for that, and so that's the amount that you're supposed to have.
And 2023. So the numbers you gave me include that 125.
No,
To the 72.
I corrected yours too, Mayor. It's on it. The one that says revenue 2022, 23. It's in purple right now.
Oh, okay.
And y'all did get this one right in the email I sent with the document.
I couldn't tell. I got it.
It's still on revenue.
Yes.
expenditures.
That's revenue.
So basically last year revenue, we had 6,504,599. And expenditures is 6,419,9378. That's 21, 22. Correct? Okay. And so 22, 23. Okay, 7,133,299 is revenue.
So,
7 million. Yeah, I'm getting rid of those big bills, man. Okay, now over here on the expenditure. 7,256,000. Okay, this had the, this is where you took out that 125.
I forgot the 125 on revenue.
Okay.
Are we going to actually transfer some or not? That 125,
It was transferred. That's why it
For-
was in there, but you don't actually budget for it. So it was already transferred.
For next year's
Well, I
budget.
think one of the
Year to
things
One
date,
that
twenty.
it
came up-
was year to date, it was already transferred.
one of the things that came up is, cause out of next year, out of that ARP fund, we end up transferring another 100,000 back into that budget, to apply for it, I think,
Mhm.
you know. So that puts you at 72. Okay, so. And one of the things that came up that was unexpected was it's gonna cost us more to maintain our email accounts this year. Google had gone back and we were getting them through a dealer, which was Sam, and Google no longer allows that. So there will be some increase in there. And I don't know, did you find out what the difference is going, yeah, an idea of the difference in this?
I did, his contract that we had with him. I'm not sure how far I went back, but this paper that I gave him, too, it showed us the new amount that they'll be charging for it.
And it's less than what we can get through Sam for that.
Yes.
And that's the one with the .gov protections on it.
Mhm.
So in the half cent sales tax, we saying we're gonna get 500,000 more this year than we got last year.
Mhm.
4116. The one is the 1.5 cent sales tax.
3.5 budgeted.
That's right.
So we're gonna get 500,000 more.
Well, that was when we all met in here, that was
Mhm.
the number we put in there.
Mhm.
We put 3.5 in there. Because
That's based on our projection, what we're going.
Mhm.
And it's a year to date, we've only got 2.3. Basically.
how current is it year to date?
I just updated it today.
Okay, so it's through the end of
Through
August
today.
now, all the posting's been done.
It's through today. What's reflected in our system right now.
Why did you say we was gonna do $500,000, we were gonna do $500,000 more? Y'all remember? I don't remember one.
Well, in 21, we did 3.8, didn't we?
Mhm.
Scroll down there.
It's right here.
Okay.
And 3.5 in 20, so. I don't know why this year the dates, that's not. It can't be right. Is that what the current report shows?
Yeah, we might be looking at this year, that I guess we're looking at past year, past history.
Lower than that, we want to have some surplus. After that. Now we have in there and still.
What would that be adding quarter to what we got so far? So that would be through
2.3.
September, right?
So I
No,
don't think that's, I'm gonna look back.
See,
When's our last sales tax report you sent us?
June.
she said that they, today was,
Oh,
Yeah, I just put these numbers in today. I can show you them.
August. We hadn't even paid off this yet. But you said. But if you put recorded the last one turned in, that's gonna be July.
Yeah, so technically when the council.
Yes, you're not done August.
So I would, we have to.
But to make a,
Okay, but that's through July.
that can't, at 2 point something can't be right, because the venue report shows 3.7.
We didn't turn in.
It's just not reporting.
I mean, I had. Nobody had. You don't go into.
The office hasn't been doing.
That was the last.
This would be going 7 days.
I can go in and show y'all what I'm going into from two.
But this should
But
be
yeah.
accurate, shouldn't it?
Mhm.
And that's only,
Unless it's not flooding over.
this is only the 1.5. The other didn't show up.
I got a little last year in August.
Well, no, the city gets 2 of it.
I don't know.
So this,
Shares is on the other
Just got
side.
2 letters.
where's the other 1% should?
So I called him and wrote him a letter, said, "Would you please just tell me how much I owe you till we get all this straightened out?" And then I want you to go straight out for it. I got a letter here about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think we should, it's probably just the wrong title on the account. That account should be 2.5, not 1.5.
That was dated in July. And that was in August. I thought that was- They can wait 80 some thousand more. And then I grew up on it. Cheap. No. Cheap.
Larry, that a venue report you sent from August 10th
Right.
shows 3.7 million with 2 more months to be reported, so. So we should be in good shape at 3.5.
Okay.
And last year was 4.3 total.
Should work.
From my standpoint, I've gone through and I've done all of the deductions in there down to time. You're still a little high on the fuel side. But I wouldn't. It's hard to tell which way it's gonna go.
You know, there's so many things that we bumped up a little bit this year, and the givens and stuff like that kind of thing. I mean, all of those, we need to still commit to that with the
Well, there was,
situation where we may not have the revenue.
there was a lot of them that I went through and then I gave my revision to Tamika, some of them just had level points. I didn't cut them.
Yeah, but I mean, we cut back what they were clear.
Yeah.
When they all came in here, we took their proposals, and we took that as what we put up there. A
Right.
lot of them were 5,000 increase with 3,000 increase, or something like that.
Right. So as it's good right now, that's what I did. A lot of them I went through and I level funded. And there was even some in some of the departments, I talked with the department head. and they felt like that they could survive off of those. Trying to get it in there. I think we're close.
Have you added up all the
One
expense
thing
lines
that
to see
concerned me is
how it
we did
compares
not
to
have
revenue?
an audit from last year to know how that actually is. And I asked them 2 years ago, we need to have that in our hands before we do confirm the budget. And they said they would, and they did last year have it in July. Why are we not have it before we're in September?
Was that
This is total.
all
red.
that we got? I know that they've been going through working on it, but have they completed all of it?
They haven't completed the audit.
See, I asked them 2 years ago, I said, there's no sense in where we're paying what we're paying for them. And they agreed that we ought to have it in July when we were working the budget. Al, you remember all remember that. And they said they would, they did have it last year. And why didn't they not have it this year?
So when they came the first time, and the first meeting we had with them before they started this audit, because they just started in, what was it, June or July, when they started the audit. So they started it, but right before that, we had a meeting and they said that because the cost of it went up because somewhere in the system, the ends are, it's like they having a deed for where they're matching up at. And they eventually get it, but it just takes a little bit longer, so the price increased on that. But, as of right now, Chris is still working on the audit. Not sure.
Sure, why we should pay them more if they're gonna take it longer. I mean, that was, they really,
I know last.
you bring some of that conversation.
Yeah, but then one of the things that came up was because of the amount of total funds.
Well, that's what that was not the answer. I remember when you said not what you said. Because that was a different type of audit. That still has not changed. That timely form of getting it back to us. Our year ended at the end of September last year.
When did they start, about June? Cause I got an email from that guy.
I mean, it's,
They still, even though I had to, talk to them because they kept asking us for the same files over and over again. It was files that they had already got from here when they was here. And then they kept asking me, and we need to send the same ones back.
discussion of them. I think they're a very good term, and they've done it well. That's not what we're paying for. We're paying pretty strong.
They're on June 14th when I talked to him.
So. We, like I said, I've gone through and I guess the question is what the final amount of revenue will be. And,
Expenses.
because I've gone through and taken out everything I can make us take out, and then some and cut up. But I saw we did have increases in the amount of, our liability our insurance and, that went up, and it was 300 some thousand, and we got it down to like 250, 250 something. And part of it, as they explained to me, that part of the increase is due to, so we bought a lot of new vehicles. And the value to replace them cost more, especially like that new fire truck. And, those are some of the things, and the new police cars and everything, we bought the value to replace them is more, so they charge us more on the premium.
I just wonder how much longer they're gonna keep insuring the
Yeah.
Arden building. I think it's something, and that's something else we're gonna have to think about too. If we had to spend $200,000 over there to patch that roof deal, I don't know. That's a losing proposition over there.
So you've already made those insurance and workers' comp adjustments from here.
Man, I did the grand jury here a while back for it.
No, within the.
It's bigger looking inside, I've been in it before, but I ain't been in the water.
You just loan the percentage or whatever.
Which I've opened.
Did you get a chance to have that with Tim and see that?
That's what I just.
And that's it. My plan is how many meetings about going to get things.
I'm probably gonna do it, but say, please,
You need to do some of it on this schedule. I'm not going.
because he won't be much. The guys over here, probably, but I don't know the thing. They say it's coming out of change.
Right, like I said, I've gone through, and I think that, Al, did you see anywhere else you think that we could have taken for us from?
Not that's gonna amount to a whole
A
a
lot.
lot, yeah.
So I think what the discrepancy is the projected revenue and what our expenditures are. Yeah, I don't see any other choice except that, and I don't know if there's a provision in our, ordinances or guidelines or whatever. All I do know is that when I worked with the state, they got down to the point where into the year that we saw that, we were coming up short on revenue, then we declare everybody to go back and cut the budget by a certain percentage to equal it. So I don't know if the city has a provision like that or not. Or is that something that can come from the council?
So
That's
basically, everything when it goes, it's spending more than what's on there, then they have to come back for us in order to transfer or approve it.
Right, that's what I'm saying, yeah. That's what I'm saying. So if we adopt, because the town members, I think, for the revenue is not in. But if you go ahead and adopt the budget and put it into place, then you got to monitor to make sure that the revenue comes in is enough to cover the expenses. And if it gets to a point that it seems like it's not, then we're gonna have to, yeah, we're gonna have to come back and adjust.
We've got all our ARP.
And we haven't started working on it last half meeting.
Well, 650,000, yeah. So then, one of the things that came up, we got some preliminary plans where we talking about doing the pavilion. And, we're going to go out and look at I got Melvin to come look in on it, and we're going to meet with the guy on Thursday too. I don't know if anybody else is off and want to look at it, but, we'll go through everything.
So you've already done what you need to do, and then.
I've done everything that I can do, and I've got Councilman Rubin to look at everything we can do. And, you know, I think when you go back and you look at it, even though it looks like it might be 200,000 apart, when you're talking about 7.2 million, that ain't really a whole lot of money.
It's actually 123,000.
123,000 apart.
I can say it real fast.
Where if you go back and look at it, well, what, 10%?
But when comparing the revenue to the expenditures, what about raises? Is that 3% for everybody in there?
Yes, sir.
It is 3.14%. And, well, I know, now I don't have to bring this back to council, but we got a couple of issues on personnel to address on that.
So that's some excess money that technically is not spent yet. I guess.
Just remember, you can get it, but you can't take it back. Just right there and do it.
Well, I understand exactly what you're saying, but competition right now is so hard to post. He came in, baby, you almost lost another big time. And, you know, you can't,
After those adjustments we made.
yeah, the poetry officer is 1775 now. And if we had not come back in and did what we did last council meeting, and that possibility that she may be able to get this, merit raise, she would have been gone.
Well, you can't let them hold you hostage. You know, you can't let them do it.
Now, you
You
can't
know,
do that.
if the grass is green, there ain't nothing you can do about it.
And you gotta have some, well, you know, where it comes back down to, is you willing to put a police officer down off the street and put him in the radio. You know, some of these personnel, they're simple.
Well, sure they are, but you don't need to let them hold you hostage.
I'm not saying,
I mean, what if you go and your boss told you with the state, if you don't give me a $1 or $2 hour raise, I'm gonna quit, what would he have told you?
we had gone back, and that's the reason why seriously, that became such an issue, you couldn't get anybody. So seriously, we went to state personnel and they did on the salary adjustment, so. We couldn't get those, we were actually going through and pulling troopers off the road. And had them in their dispatch. You know, I've had, we've actually gone back and we're in probation and cut people down to like 62 miles a day. You know, to make it fit within the budget. And when you do stuff like that, what ends up happening, all these fatalities start doing that, can't answer calls. And, you know, you don't have the personnel to do it. And once you lose them, you know, it's been my experience, it took us 4 years to recover from 1 year trying to get people back.
Well, I think that's one of the biggest problems we have here is our workforce. You don't have the people qualified or wanting to learn how to be qualified to take some of these positions. So, I mean, it's not really holding hostage. It's almost like you gotta do what you gotta do to stay afloat. And if you don't do that, then like you said, you have to pull police people off, and then crime rates gonna go up and everything else. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do.
And the amount of money they throwing around down there is millions.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Think about it, that's a big increase in you can drive back and forth from Monroeville to Atmore. It's not like you gotta go to Mobile or something like that, so it's almost, when you put that carrot out there,
Well, the policemen, they pay them $26 an hour and they furnish them vehicle to go back and forth. They drive their vehicle home.
Yeah, and you know,
and
I think we got some lawyers employees. You know, so you right. You got troopers meetings going with, some of these places like Main Street and stuff like that.
Well, what else? Private state trooper leave and go to work. It's Spanish folk. I don't understand some of these things.
Well, you know, you go back and they look at opportunities for advancement. And like I said before, some of this stuff is boiled that down to is they take into consideration that not just the amount of money that you make, but, you know, what they consider their working position.
And I guess retirement's the same.
Yeah, the time, right?
But now that's the only thing with Bush, they not in state accounts.
Now, but they didn't tell you the time.
They ain't one.
Double. I guess they offer stuff there that the state don't offer in the service.
And they ain't gonna run out of money down there because that traffic's steady hauling down.
Mhm. So, you know, I understand what you're saying about not letting them hold us hostage, but, you know, we gotta do something to keep what we got. So, I don't know, like I said, I think, Al, you've seen it, I don't know if anything else that we can put out here.
Yeah.
You know, we just have to, if we go ahead and
No.
pass it, then we have to watch the revenue, what's coming in, and if it comes to a point where the revenue is not meeting the expenses, then, you know, we have to do what we gotta do.
so we go with that.
I'm good with that.
Alright, so we'll be prepared, we'll have the general fund, we can get that passed, and then we'll come back and we'll start looking at the capital improvement fund and the others. But this one, we have to have done by,
September 30th.
September 30th.
So is it what'd you say, 122,000?
Yeah.
So it's not balanced. Or is it that?
Yeah, no, the expenses are higher than the revenues by that amount. In the current version.
Shouldn't it be back? I mean, it's gotta be backwards, and
We have to offer a balanced budget. don't
I don't
we?
know the
Both
answer to
David Alabama
that.
and the city, I think you both have to have a
I
balance.
mean, in that case, we'd have to authorize a transfer from another account or something like that to balance it,
Well, our revenues are all projected, right?
Yeah,
and expenses.
and
to
we
the-
always had a surplus. I've been on it, we've always had a surplus. Now, you used to not have surplus years ago. Now you still have to cut everything back to that.
Well, if we're 123,000 short, what if we went in and instead of 3.5, now projected 1.5, yeah, we say 3,623.
from,
Then
from,
you,
see, from this year's budget, from 21-22, are we gonna have a surplus?
I'm still working on putting all the stuff in because when Amanda left, it was way like some months behind.
I was just thinking
Yeah.
that there was a surplus from that, and you should
I
know,
think that we're gonna have a surplus. I don't know what the surplus.
then
is
you can
gonna
carry
be.
it forward, couldn't you, now?
Yeah,
So we just need to put a line in there for that difference as
Yeah,
a
it's
surplus transfer.
well, I'll tell you where you can put it. You can put, don't we count contingency fund into general fund?
yes. And it's one of the-
So we can put, 123,000 in contingency fund and you got it back. Mhm.
What number did you come up with? No,
Of course, the whole idea is, you don't have that much money,
Right.
you ain't sitting there figuring out how you're gonna make it.
Which is this minus that.
So do you want to do the exact amount, 123,223, or do you want to do 124 rounding?
I was around at 1.4.
Yes, sir. That's what you mean. I guess you put 124 still with the balance.
Well, I think we're okay if revenues are higher.
Well, yeah.
Alright. Yeah, that's the only thing I had to try and make sure that we would have this set and we'd be prepared, we can pass it. Council meeting on. each end. Okay. That's all I had, and, then we'll go back and go tell you what good is, as you don't mind, we'll start looking at the capital outlay. And
Okay.
the others are pretty much set. Yeah. We'll start looking at the capital outlay, try and come back and make a recommendation to it. Okay.
Dr. Mayor, are you gonna? Put the survey through?
So this
Is that in the budget already or? not? That increased amount?
So. With Sam, it's a little bit more, if we was to stay with him, it's a little less than that, we can cover it with the amount that we have in there, but are y'all gonna budget for that in the next year?
so you have to make a line item for this, what you think.
Let me go down, cause it would. It should go in.
This is all the same. Yep. Is that something?
Y'all did 20,000,
This includes another group.
so it should cover it. The only thing that I'll do is just change the name off of it. Because it'll no longer be sound with,
Yeah.
it'll be go daddy.
Go there,
Mhm.
and you say it's pretty much covered.
It'll be covered.
Okay.
They are.
Okay. All right. Boy, that was
That's it.
yeah, that's it. I don't know if anything else. Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything in the budget that speaks toward the flooding over on Chestnut?
That is what we have in front of ADM right now. And we're waiting to go back and hear from them. Most of the stuff like that would be covered up under our council outlay. But, and our purpose of meeting today was, we are required by September 30th to have a general fund budget in place. That's required by law. Now, the capital outlay is when we go back and we talk about projects such as that, which is capital. Now, as it goes through, we're hoping off this ADM that we don't have to do what they call a match. You know, in other words, you can match with money or you can match with in-kind service. And so we're waiting to hear back from them for the approval. And with the last I talked and the last information that we had is that it looks like it's going to be by about November before they make the award. So I wish there was more we can do, but when you're dealing with federal funds, they don't do any well.
Well, I'm glad to hear there's some promise.
Yes, we went back and what they telling us, we were one of the few cities to go back and take some of their American Rescue Plan money. And we actually did the engineering study. And we were one of the first cities to get the engineering studies in there to support the grant. So we have about 5 projects. And what we call them is shovel ready. So as funding is supposed to become available, we don't have to go back to try and find an engineering firm to do it. We've already got it. Then we just present it. We have not forgotten about it, man. Trust me. We've not forgotten about it.
Appreciate y'all being here.